What jobs have you done before?
The shittest. I've done everything, and the funny thing is, all within sort of walking distance of here, really. Like, I mean, I started temping over there, which is sort of Liverpool Street and the East End and whatever. I was doing telesales, which was soul destroy, and I was doing meet and greet, which we won't go into. I was doing, yeah, I mean, all, you know, kind of temp jobs.
Yeah.
The one I had was where people would basically phone up to find out the share price of some shares, and I had to look at the screen and then tell them what it was.
Right.
That was the job.
Was it complicated, or was it just bone numbing?
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, if you could actually get it wrong. If you got it wrong, you were in the most amount of trouble.
Yeah.
I got fired from that one for
right.
eating a double decker at my workspace.
Eating a double decker at
Yeah,
your workspace?
there's a big sign on all the pods that said "Don't eat and drink in your workspace," and I just ate a double decker, and the bloke made me stand up, and that was it. I was out. And then from there, I went to the London Dungeon, which I loved, which is just across the river. And yeah,
were you an actor there?
Yeah, and that was, as far as I'm concerned, that was the last time I sort of worked.
Can you tell us one of the worst things you've ever done?
I used to do a lot of pretty dreadful things when I was temping. Only because I was bored. There'd be, oh no, I mean, I did a few bad things at the London Dungeon. I was very hungover when I worked in the London Dungeon most of the time because the money was bad. It's like any temp job. If the money's bad, then you get pissed.
Yeah.
Especially if you're young. And so I would be in the London Dungeon very hungover most of the time. But it didn't matter because you're supposed to look bad. So you'd have like this horrible makeup on.
Yeah.
And no one really knew. But there was a lot of the time when I was so hungover and I'd be in there and I'd just do a show in front of, you know, a little crowd. And then one time I remember, and there was all kids and all sorts of people in this group, and I remember sort of coming to the end of the show, and as I come to the end of it, I just vomited. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
You know, where you just can't help it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's the most dreadful thing anyone has ever done in front of a bunch of people, and they thought it was part of the act.
Ah.
So then when I got rid of them all, I then got on the radio and said some kids just puked up on the set. You're gonna have to bring, and some poor fella come down with and like cleared it, and it was me. And that poor guy that did that. I feel shit about that still.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not cool.
Vomit. No. Is it happened the once? Just the once?
No, I puked up in there loads, but that was the first time I did it on the deck in front of everyone.
Right. Okay.